Okay.
After this show, though, right?
Right after the show.
No, I'm
we
sleepy.
do 2 promos.
Okay.
You ready?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Are you ready?
Okay. P, you ready? Oh, okay.
Get in here. Come in here.
Tip in here.
Welcome to the Lit Room.
The Lit Room.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Lit Room
What's
podcast.
up?
We are your hosts. I'm Keeks, and that's
Trey.
Sir. And if it is your first time here, welcome. And if you're a part of the Lit Room
Lit Gang.
fam, welcome back.
Welcome back, Lit Gang.
Yes, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm great.
You're great. We got the giggles
We
today.
got the giggles. It's a
And we
goof
got a lot to say.
troop day. But yeah, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be super fun.
Super fun.
Super duper fun.
Oh my gosh.
And I am ready.
Excuse me, do you hear that? Do you all hear that? That means it is time for the Woohoo! Yes, that means that it is time for the red light special. Trey, who's our red light special today?
This is an amazing red light that I discovered yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, God. I'm excited.
Tell the story. I'm excited too because you had me.
So this gentleman was convicted when he was 14 years old. He shot a white lady in her face, and they gave him life at 14. Still a kid. He was released recently, but what makes his story kind of amazing is the fact that he turned his that dark part of his life because he was in there for quite a bit. I think he's around his maybe 40s or 50s now or something like that. But he's a poet. He has a book out, so please make sure that you check that out. But he wrote the lady that he shot. He wrote her, and then she called him. She called him. Well, he called her. I'm sorry. He called her. She allowed him to call her, and he said that I was a kid, so the only type of communication or the way to put it in words, he just said, "I'm sorry for shooting you." And he said that she asked him the tough question back. "I just want to know, Ian, why did you shoot me?" And he said, as a kid, I didn't even have that answer. I don't even know. But then he said it didn't really register me that judge sentenced me to life and I'm 14. And she allowed him to write her back and forth. And through that conversation and communication, she realized that was just too harsh for this 14-year-old kid to be. And he said that one of the toughest things was about solitary confinement, which they had him in 14 years old in solitary confinement. And he said, the thing about George Floyd and all this and that, you don't see, that was filmed. But he said the things that people go through in prison are never filmed by, these COs and these guards. He said, they threw tear gas in my cell. He said, they came in there and just beat me for no reason sometimes and then just left back out. Like all these, he said all these horrific things they were doing to me. And it was so, like I was not even a dog. Like I was just nothing. And he said it definitely, he's fighting for that now. Like it definitely needs to be a change within the prison system. And I agree with him, but his story is amazing. And, there's studies and stuff like that are done about solitary confinement and how they feel that's just so cruel to have somebody in that box, in that confined space, because you need some type of interaction with people. I ain't saying you gotta necessarily talk to them, but at least seeing people and being around people. If you're not in that space, you can go crazy. Yeah. But his story is amazing. The fact that he went through that, and I'm not saying that it probably changed him, because I'm pretty sure mentally there's probably things that he goes through this and that, but just his spirit, when I saw his interview, it was just like, oh my God, he has the best spirit, and he's writing and he's awesome. Doing all these things. So I was like, he definitely has to be the red light, hands down.
Yes, he was really excited.
But please, everyone, please go check him out. Information there on the screen. Right there on the screen. But great guy. But we're going to move right along.
Moving right along. Ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. You all know what that means. It is time for our topic of today.
TOT.
Yes, sir. All right, everybody. So, y'all know what time it is.
Get on up.
And T-O-T.
Hey.
Topic of today.
Okay.
T-O-T.
Hey.
Topic of today.
One more time.
T-O-T.
Hey.
All right. Trey, what's our T-O-T?
What makes someone a savage? The makings of a savage. What makes someone a savage?
What are the makings of a savage, you say? What turns a person into a savage, you say?
Turns them into a savage.
What? Say that one more time.
What turns as the world turns?
The world turns.
What turns someone into a savage?
Listen, you all heard it here first from Trey, from the mouths of the babe. Okay. What turns a person into a savage? So swipers, get your swipers ready, okay? And we're gonna swipe it, all right? Collectively. Let's get into it. Oh, we gotta swipe. We're doing good. We're doing good. Great. Everyone, we're doing great. Our topic of today, like you heard it from Trey, is what turns a person into a savage. Trey, have you even been turned into a savage?
I feel like I was born a savage.
Okay.
That's something you would say.
I'm just being honest.
Definitely.
Y'all asked me a question. I gave you my honest opinion.
Definitely. Now, we could break this down. Like a person as a savage on a regular basis, like that's your lifestyle. And we could take it to relationships wise, like after a relationship, did it turn you into a savage? Or after, a friendship. Did a friendship turn you into a savage? Like, there are those different categories and different spaces and times in our lives that turn us into savages in those different spaces and times in our lives and makes us better for the future. So we can start off with lifestyle, I guess.
Yeah, we can start off with lifestyle. I will say savage is not always a bad thing.
No, not at all. not at all.
So I don't want everybody to think like, ooh, savage, that's bad. Like, no, savage can mean like you said, change someone, and I'm just on my doing my thing. I'm on my ish. I'm on my shit. I'm doing what I need to do.
Get it done.
Blah 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 blah. But lifestyle wise, are you saying as far as
basically what you just explained? Like you do what you got to do to get it done.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel about me too. Like, but I think I got that from my mama. Like,
single generations.
Single moms are the top savages. Like,
they gonna get it done.
They are going to get it done. So lifestyle wise, I believe that's where like I got it from. Like,
I get it from my mom.
I'm getting it done. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But
okay.
Lifestyle in that sense, absolutely, because you can always run into a situation, whether oh well, I want to move. This city doesn't fit who I am,
right?
So I'm gonna move.
Right.
I'm gonna be a savage. I'm gonna be on it, and I'm gonna pack up, and I'm gonna move. Now I'm where I need to be. Yep. I'm doing my whole thing, and that could be because, like I said, that shaped you. Wherever you was at, you were seeing, okay, I'm just not fitting.
It wasn't challenging enough.
It wasn't challenging enough. So I'm gonna be that savage, and I'm gonna make that move.
Yeah.
So savage meaning it can be reckless, because I feel like for me, even though I was born a savage, when I moved here, it was a lot of people feel like it was reckless, but I was like, I'm going to still maintain the same lifestyle that I had where I was at, or even better. And I feel like it's even better than, what I were words. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, a lot of people, but a lot of people can say, that was reckless. Why did you just move? Mm-hmm. But I did it.
Yeah.
Savage.
Sometimes you have to do that though. Like, we were just talking about, earlier, I said that I didn't want to go to college here, and I did whatever I had to do to go to a school out of state, and like,
yeah, you did it.
I did it. And sometimes I look back on things that I have gotten through, mm-hmm. and I'm like, dang, I really did that. I really manned up and was like,
I really did it.
I'm here. Yeah.
I really definitely did it.
Trust, the pressure was applied. Okay? Pressure was applied. Next would be what? Friendship? Or did I say friendship? You want friendship first or relationship first? I said relationship next, but
let's do friendship.
Friendship. Okay. So, have you ever been through a friendship that made you kind of like savage up? I think I'm trying to think if I ever like been through like a bad like friendship thing. You have.
Mm-hmm. Everyone. Trying to think.
I think I have. I think we all have, honestly, but it's hard. Well, for me, I'm going to say I think we all have. But for me, I'm trying to remember. But I do think that I've had situations, or maybe a couple of situations, where I felt like maybe it wasn't working for me, and things weren't being reciprocated, like friendship wise, or I felt like maybe you feel like you're being tolerated, and so I was just like, I won't do that. Like, I don't want to be friends with that. Sometimes I felt like I had sometimey friends. I don't deal with that. There were some people who were messy. I don't deal with that. And so like it made me it made me just kind of like savage up and be like, I know now what and how to spot that person, and like a different person, a different type of character. And it made me come back even stronger. Like, look, this friend is a better friend than you ever.
But would it be, I guess in my situation, I guess my savage moment probably was the fact that I just like, I made that decision to just cut them all off, like cutthroat.
Yeah.
And a lot of people can say like it was extreme, but it was like, no, I'm not even putting you on the shelf. Like, I just got to, it's done. Because I mean, I remember a time and point where it was a friend that kind of lied on me in the instance of seeing that we had sex. And I was like, that didn't happen.
Don't do that.
And that didn't happen. Where your receipts? And at the time, like, we're grown. Like, we weren't grown like we grown now. But we were like 21 grown. So to me, I'm thinking to myself, like, why I gotta lie about? If I did have sex with you or this and that, like, I'm gonna tell y'all. Like, I wouldn't have to do that. But for you to just blatantly just say this to everybody and keep repeating the same thing, like, no, like, it's dead, over, like, moving on. And I don't want to, and I took it to even the point where I feel like that was so negative. It was that person and even the individuals that ran in within that circle. So it was like, oh, y'all, bye. Right. So that was the moment where I was just like, you know, being that savage with the friends, because you have to definitely not keep that energy, people. Like, don't keep that energy around you, that especially with friends, you know. And I'm gonna talk about that more, about that word friend, when we talk about the next thing. But when you have your circle and your people and your friends, like, don't just keep your same, like, you just want always that same energy, and be selfish with yourself, because it's self-love. And I don't want none of that. Absolutely. Like, my circle, her right here, right now, like, I don't have those issues and those problems, and I want to always have this type of energy.
Vice versa. Yeah, like, you don't, I feel like friendship is also home in a sense too, and you don't want to have discord in your house
at all.
Like, your house is somewhere where you want peace
all the time.
So you don't want that energy following you around all the time, because you're with your friends a lot. You go on trips with your friends. Like, you don't want that all the time. Like, I've heard people talk about going on trips with their friends, and like, they was having fights, and the friends was having fights with the other friends. Like, no, if all my friends can't get along, we're not going. Or that person's not going, or the people who feel like they're going to be negative aren't going. But like,
funners, we're going to have fun. That's the point.
Not it. So how about being a savage when it comes to relationships?
Like, we definitely need to get into some relationships, because we've been like kicking this relationship train, and we be having a lot to say, y'all.
We do.
Y'all gonna know when we in love. Y'all gonna know it.
We gonna be like, relationship.
What? We talking about none of that right now. None of it.
It's good. Everything's fine.
But
have you ever like bounced back?
Absolutely.
The bounce back savage.
Woo. From that relationship, because you learn like, oh, I'm not gonna do that, and this next one you gonna treat me how.
Okay, I know how I want to be treated. I know how I should treat you at this point. Like, I know what we not gonna do, and I know what we are going to do, and I know what I'm going to tolerate
and not tolerate.
Exactly.
Like, it comes to a point where you have to realize, I'm grateful, and I can say thankful for all of the encounters and the relationships and the situations that I've been in, because you have to at some point like look at that and then look at yourself to understand, like, okay,
it's not always them.
And that's a savage move too, when you take time to focus and check yourself. Like I said, check yourself and love yourself. You gotta love yourself. Because I really feel like another savage thing would be when you get out that relationship, don't don't look available. Like, don't look like, oh, pick me. Like, do your thing, do you, because I promise you, when someone's gonna see that you are unbothered, and that's gonna intrigue them so much more. The fact that you're savage, you done bossed up, and I'm just doing me.
Absolutely.
And now they want to be a part of that. But when you're like, oh, I gotta do this new hairstyle to get a dude or get a girl or what have you. But no, do it for you. Like, you want to change up whatever for you. If they notice, they do. If they don't, they don't. Or I want to be on the trend, and let me get these let me get this Birkin because everybody else got it, and that's gonna make him look at me.
Right.
No, if you want that Birkin, you got it because you wanted it. You got it on your own. You know. So I feel like, as far as a relationship aspect, please don't be bothered after the fact. And do everything because you want to be in a relationship. And I know that there are people out there that are, what is the word when you're always in a relationship? They're
dependent.
Yeah, they're dependent and they're
clingy.
Some people say, no, lit gang, if some of you out there are this person that I'm talking about, it's still love.
Codependent.
It's still love. It's still love. It's still love. But there are some people that, they may say, look, I just feel like I'm hopeless romantic. No, it ain't. You can be a hopeless romantic, but you're always in a relationship. Like, can you take a 15 so you
take
can
a break, okay?
So you can just see.
Come on.
Yeah, just be in the moment for a while and be single. There's nothing wrong with that. And then you gonna jump back into one.
Find you.
But do it for you.
Yep.
Do it definitely for you.
So what, after speaking on all three of those things and being a savage in all three of those different categories and sectors, what do you think turns a person into a savage? I think that all of those examples that we gave regarding all the like those three main categories, about like you just learn from things and you're like, I gotta like toughen up, and
a savage has to be tough. You have to be strong. And I'm not saying in the sense of physically, but like just that heart, like the inner you, your soul, whatever you want to call it. You have to be strong. And
we're not saying you have to be emotional.
No.
Or not.
No. You still be in touch with your feelings.
Yep.
Definitely. But be able to communicate your feelings. Don't hold it in your emotions.
Be emotionally intelligent. Like,
absolutely.
Be able to have a real conversation when it's time to talk. Everybody wants to be grown until it's time to talk, until it's time to have a real conversation, and just go ahead and make sure that you can have that conversation and be real. There's nothing that needs to be beat around the bush
about anything.
Like, we love to say direct around here, because
you gotta be direct. And that's something that I'm continuing to learn, because I know for me, I'm not the best at emotions and being vulnerable. Y'all go watch the other shows. I said a million times.
All the time.
And we probably need to get a therapist like over here to come talk to me and let me know what I need to do. But I believe I am getting better, because I know, like, I have to be strong in that sense of communicating my feelings, and regardless of what the outcome is going to be, I'm going to be okay. And I'm not going to let like my emotion get to me, because, oh my God, I just pour my heart out to you and you don't care. Okay, you don't care, moving on.
That's what it needs to be.
And I'm going to get to that point, I promise. But it definitely is situation based. Just like we have the queen of, I feel like, savage, in my opinion, this week, and she's been all over Instagram, and that's Portia Williams from the Atlanta Housewives.
She's got y'all in a tizzy, honey.
She has everybody talking, because I I ain't gonna go into a whole lot about the whole spiel, because if you want to, go check it out, because you know we're not really the pop culture podcast. I mean, we talk about stuff, but you know, but in a nutshell, she, you know, had and that's another thing. Friend, the word friend. So everybody's saying that it's a girl that was on the show. Her name is Fallon. Fallon invited Portia, her sister, and another friend of Portia's over to her house. Beautiful home. And they were chilling during quarantine. Fallon has a great pool, this and that. And Fallon introduced them to her husband. Fast forward now, Portia is with Fallon's husband, and they are now engaged.
But
everybody is saying, you know, she's messy. She went over there. She had in vendetta, intentions, this and that, blah, blah, whatever. I don't know the whole story. I just know, just even going on her IG, you know, she wrote this long paragraph, and in a nutshell, she said, you know, they got a divorce before I came into the picture. Their divorce was finalized in January. So I'm guessing they had problems previously. I don't know. But Portia, in her paragraph, in her Easter speech, she was basically saying that she's happy.
She's very happy.
She's very happy. And she was saying that they, you know, he's cool with the baby's father, and
well, they were friends first.
They were friends first.
They were friends first,
and so what? Like I said, I don't want to judge anybody's situation or relationship.
Right.
And even in her paragraph, she said that her and Fallon were not friends. Everybody's saying, well, you got a picture out at a party with her. That, I'm just gonna say this. People say the word friend to be friendly. It's reality TV at the end of the day, so they say friend of the show or friend this and that. That don't necessarily mean that they're friend. Her right here, over here, this is my friend. This is my best friend. You know, I'm not good. That's what it is. So
he can't come up on IG and be like, we weren't friends.
Right.
Everybody in the entire universe.
Right. And like, know that. But everybody can't sit and try to put her on trial saying, no, that was your friend. If she's saying that's not her friend, that's not her friend.
That's very true. And I
feel like they say the word friend like friendly.
They use it loosely, but a lot of people use the term loosely. But here's my thing. Again, they weren't friends before, and the husbands met through them. The husbands met, or not husbands, the men knew each other before, and they became whatever they became through the men. So I mean, I was a little confused by the whole situation, I'm not gonna lie, but I wasn't. I just don't know how to feel about it, because we don't know the whole situation.
We don't.
And it's not for us to know the whole situation.
I just see that she said that she's happy, and I'm all for people being happy. And I really can't tell
at this point. I really can't tell if she broke girl code, because we don't know how close they were. What we see is what we got. What we got is what we saw, right? So we got the scene of, you know, her going over to the house and her meeting him, and I don't know why I keep wanting to call this man Peter. Her going over there and meeting Simon.
Salmon. I'm hungry.
Listen, them meeting, and she went with two other people. She went with her sister, and she went with the other lady that's on the show.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that it's bothering everybody. You went over to the woman's house, and sat over there.
But she said she know how the optics look. Right. So like it to everyone else, yeah, it seems like y'all were the best of friends, and then y'all got pictures coming out, and everybody's like pulling receipts, like, well, y'all were real comfy at the club, and you were real comfy when you went over there to the house, and it didn't seem like you two were the strangers. It looked like you and Simon were the strangers, right?
And so it's like, it's the fact that we don't know everything that's the reason why
I think that's why everybody's bothered.
Yeah, if they don't know everything.
And you want to know, but the thing is, like, it's reality TV. Come on, y'all.
It's real life though too. Like, if somebody that you
real
knew
life.
that it's not cool. Like, I understand. There's some women out here who are like, I saw comments like, "Man, I was all for Portia, but until this, like, and it does look it looks sketchy. It does.
It does.
Sketchy. Anyway, you would do it.
But I went and scanned everybody.
And now there's somebody done dug up an interview from Simon, like from January or something like that, talking about how Fallon was cheating.
Oh.
So I guess there's your reason for the divorce.
I guess so.
But like, dang, did you wait? Because she said they met a month ago.
And now they're engaged.
It's like, who hopped on who first? That's what I want to know.
That's what I want to know.
To be honest with you, I thought her and Derek. What's this man's name?
Dennis.
I thought her.
Derek.
Listen, my food. I was thinking that her and Dennis had been together, like as of Easter. Like,
well,
they had little like pictures, and
they did, but I think out of all of the chicks, I feel like Portia's more so one of those real ones now, where she kind of speak her mind to it like it is. Like, I don't know, no. There's a couple of chicks out there, and it's normal that that's your baby father, but you still might sometimes slip up and slip on it and fall on it and this and that, and that's, you still got love for the man.
They engaged, right? Her and Simon are supposed to be engaged.
They are engaged, and it's like to me, I just feel like she's savage because she's being unapologetic about it. She's being herself, and I love that. Like, don't not. If you make a decision, just live in it. That's how I feel.
We also, just speaking on Portia, like, we also know where she came from as far as being on
the show.
Being on the show. We saw what she went through, so it's like, that's probably why she's the way that she's now. That's probably why she's savage. That's probably why she doesn't care. And then too, she's also had a child. And I feel like once you give birth to a child, or once you have your own child, like, it's whatever at this point. Like, you have to be
that household looks happy, and it seemed
they
happy.
all do. I saw.
So
did you see the story with him and?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah,
she was like grown men.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, if they still cool, that's working cool for them.
Let it work for them.
But it's all. Listen, the whole family is.
I just know the drama. The drama is coming. It's coming in the form of the show, and hopefully, we probably have a topic that'll coincide with that, whatever happens when it does come back on or whatever like that. But I definitely think that she's definitely trending right now, like everywhere, the whole situation. But I just love the fact that you don't have to apologize for it. Y'all grown. At the end of the day, I really don't feel like she was her friend, because, like I said, I scanned everybody IG. I looked at Fallon's, I looked at Portia's, I looked at Portia's other friend, her. I even looked on Dennis' page. I'm looking at everybody's page because I'm like, where's some more pictures? Because I'm like, if there's more pictures out there, or even comments on certain posts, because I was even looking at some of Fallon's pictures, and you know how, like, sometimes if you're friends with somebody, because I do follow Portia, but if you look, like, if I looked at somebody else's page, I think 9 times out of 10 if you comment on that picture, I would see your comment, because we're close, right, the algorithm. So I didn't see Portia in any of the comments. So I'm like, well, I don't think they were friends. I just think that they use that word. It's a narrative, and it makes it friendly, using the word friend. Just like you say, friend, what's wrong? You okay, friend?
Right.
This and that. Like, I don't know. Maybe we need another word instead of friend. Maybe we should go back to Mr. Rogers and call everybody neighbor.
Or this is just Fallon. Like,
right. This is just Fallon.
But she said it. She said, we're not friends.
She said we're not. I don't think. I don't think.
If the girl
friends.
said they're not friends, they're not friends. Because that's how she felt. At the end of the day, she felt like they weren't friends. I know it probably crossed a lot of people's minds when she said they're not friends, and then you see all the information, and you're like, oh, you're just trying to clean it up. Like,
but even though looking back on like some of the stuff that. Because people were kind of like, because it seemed like you have a team she wrong and a team she not wrong, right. And the people that was like she not wrong, they were kind of showing clips. They were like, well, she wasn't really, she was speaking to her, but it wasn't like they were like cool like that, like friends. Like you have to kind of, sometimes you have to look back. Yeah, they weren't besties. Sometimes you have to rewind and look back on the fact, you know. But now if that was her bestie, that would have been a problem. That would have been breaking girl. If that was Shamia and she was like, we weren't never friends. African man too. That's what I'm saying. We weren't never friends. I'm like, you know. But you know, I joined in on the fun because I reposted something that said, what did they say? They say multiple streams of income, and she had the picture of him and Dennis. I think they said he 10 million, the other man 40-50 million. So she got her multiple streams.
Listen, whatever works for you.
Whatever, I'm happy. Your boat. I'm happy for everybody.
I think I'm good on this topic.
Yes, I think I got it.
The savagery. It's also real.
I purged it out.
Yes. So since all hearts and minds are clear, let us go ahead and pack this up. All right. So we're going to take this topic and we're going to put it in the box, right? Put it in the box. And then we're going to put a bow on it. Yep. And then we're going to tie it.
And wrap it. But
wrap it.
We got to wrap it.
Wrap it too. And then tie it. And then we're going to throw it. It was kind of heavy. So that's why I was like, yeah, it was, that was a heavy one. Because the savagery gets real. It gets especially real. Especially breakup, honey. People start looking real different. They're real good, child. Right. Guess what? It's time for a game.
It's time for the game
time. All right, Trey, what's the game today?
We are going to do a oldie but a goodie.
Oh, I like the gold book. What's in the gold book?
The gold book has a different this or that. You know, we like a good pick your poison here at the Lit Room. So I'm going to do 5.
Yes.
This or that's. And with this game also, people, whenever we're playing this or that, you don't like overthink it. It's either this or that. It's no reason behind it. Would you prefer A? Would you prefer B?
Even though the book asks why, it says why at the end of it.
Well, it says and why,
but why?
Yeah, we're going to get to that part. But
don't overthink your answer.
Don't overthink your answer. Okay, so ready?
Yep.
Brown or white rice?
Brown.
I would say brown too. Why?
Healthier.
That's not what I would say.
Oh.
No, brown is healthier?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It tastes better.
Yeah. I'm just used to it. I like white rice, like soul food, but yeah, and Asian food. But brown rice is healthier.
Key. Thief or liar?
I thought you said beef. I'm so hungry.
Thief.
Or liar.
Or liar.
I also heard beef.
Okay.
Thief.
I was about to say, you just got done eating. Excuse me. Whew. Thief or liar? Oh, gosh. I'm trying to add variables and because it's like, will I ever see my stuff again?
Yes, but you'll have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Come on, that was a good one.
It was.
You guys are tired.
I'm trying to think. Do I want to think? That's hard.
I'm gonna say thief, cause I don't like liars.
I don't like liars, but it's like,
I don't like liars or thieves.
right. But we can't say both.
You just gotta pick one.
I'll go with,
I can get stuff back.
that's what I was thinking. I'll go with thief. Because if the thief is not a liar, because you have to choose either or. So if the thief is not a liar, the thief is going to tell you where the stuff is, so then you can get your stuff back. That's why I said thief.
A cross or a locket?
A cross.
I would say cross too. I don't know what I would put in a locket. That's why I say
either,
cross.
and I can't. You can fit family pictures in there, but like I wouldn't be able to see everyone's face.
Right.
It's like the little tiny.
Okay, that was
3.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 4. Hello or hi?
Howdy.
Hell. Most of the time, I like for you to say hello to me first, because sometimes I miss hi.
Howdy, hi.
I like hello because it's more like hello.
Like,
you know?
hey, hello,
Hello.
hi.
Hi is, yeah.
Howdy, hi, hey, hello.
Heidi, hi.
Hello is like I see you, and I heard you. Hi is like I just want you to get out of my face. Hi. But they're both really nice, so I don't care. As long as you say either one, I'm okay. I'm looking at the right camera.
Are you?
I am. For a minute, I started looking at the other one. You say goodbye, and I
Wait, this is my last one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Abs or biceps?
Abs. Abs all day. I'm working on mine, getting mine back now. Ooh, cause quarantine.
I would say abs too.
Got me.
Nice ab work.
Yes, stomach. I've always had arms. Like I'm not even trying right now, and they're
I'm a beast in the street.
came out of the womb like this. Abs, and they're harder to get and keep. There's a challenge in abs. So not even just like from what I want from another person, but like for myself.
Challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Great game.
Great.
That was funners.
Funners.
It's nice to go back.
Back down memory lane.
All right, Trey. How can they find us?
We are on YouTube, which is The Lit Room. We are also on Facebook. Our Facebook is The Lit Room. If you're going to tag us on Facebook, please make sure you use @The Lit Room Podcast. We are also on Instagram. Our Instagram is The Lit Room Podcast. And then we have SoundCloud,
Yay!
which is The Lit Room. We also have Gmail,
Goo.
which is The Lit Room Podcast @gmail.com. Please make sure that you get with us. Reach out. If you know a red light, anything, whatever, let us know. We also have website coming soon with
Merch Club.
And Twitter also coming soon.
Did you say Twitter called you?
Twitter also coming.
Listen, we cannot leave this night, this show, without thanking our sponsors. Let's give it up for Creative Chick, the Creative Chick. And how's about that Omni hair? Woo, 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 woo. not least, Pecan Productions. All right. We want to thank you all so much for continuing to watch the show weekly, and thank you for supporting us and saying y'all better have them up every week. All right.
Every week they will be here.
So you know what we always say: stay lit.
Stay lit.
Bye. Oh.
But I mean it.